Shit, that was.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Okay.
Defend
Alright.
objective
So we're gonna do this again. Okay, so right now you're holding orb and you throw it while everyone's full health. Except for the person right now that you can heal. Which is yellow. So you throw the orb and then you heal. Which is just a waste of both. Like, I'm going to be treating healing like a cooldown because you only have so much of it. And so you waste a 10-second cooldown and you waste some healing. Like, you're still healing, but nobody's damaged. Like, I'm just gonna... Like, you're healing and... For some reason it's not showing, but you are healing. And...
Injured again.
Like, see... Mate's full health there. She just died to Widow headshot. Bard's way up there. Nowhere you can heal. And everyone else is full health. And you're also frontlining in front of your Orisa. Which is just never the play. So right now, you've healed really no one. Except for, like, what Lucio heal should do. You're down 3, which is not your fault, obviously. They were a bit monkus. But, you have, like, no heals. And you've healed no one. So I don't mean to harper or anything. But, like, see, everyone's full health. Literally everyone's full health. And you're still healing.
I need to recharge.
And you've hit 0 charge on your heals. So that's really bad. You've healed... Like, I really wish I knew the stat. Why? I just restarted it. God damn it. Oops. Tried to look at the stats, but that restarts the game. So yeah, you healed literally no one. Well, not literally no one, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to... Yeah, you healed not a lot of people for not a lot of health. And you have literally no heals. And you're still doing it, like, whenever it comes back. Because right now, your Diva got 1 shot, and your Widow got 1 shot, and nobody else has done taking any damage in your healing. So right now, the Widow is your Diva's problem. Slash Lucio, just depending. Okay, good stuff, Mandy. Okay, see, everyone's full health. Like, why are you healing? Mandy, stop healing. Okay, that should have been a heal orb. Yellow died because you didn't heal orb, but... Like I said, this is all fine. Your positioning is fine, except sometimes you're in front of your Orisa. And also your positioning when killing the Widowmaker. Like, you should have been dead, but you had Fade up, so I guess it's fine. And she was never really looking at you. Just literally the instant. Come on, Bard. Yes. Literally the instant a Widow looks at you. Oh, you shouldn't have faded there. What am I doing? Bang? Okay. We're just gonna go 75% speed. Okay, let's see how you use fade here. Okay, so I think you fade here. Let's see. So you're healing, you realize you're not close enough to really do anything, and also they're all full health. You fade. So you fade from here to there. Which, what that looked like was fading here and then backing up. So literally would have taken the same amount of time just to walk there. So yeah, I think your biggest problem with Moira is your use of cooldowns. So right now, because you don't have orb, because you used it to go Genji, which I guess isn't bad, obviously. You can't heal yourself, but Bard's here. So that's good. We're gonna put it at 0.75 just right now. So right there, you didn't really need to use orb. Okay, right here, I would just back out. They use both support ults for some reason, and they used Orisa ult, which I didn't notice. So right here, I would ult, honestly. Oh, no, I wouldn't. Not if we're beating. He's got 2 kills. But I would have done it before beat and then been disappointed when Bard beated. I'm just gonna, hold on, I'm gonna go back and see if Bard's beat did anything. Okay, so he just got ult. Yeah, no, he just did it off cooldown. Okay. Bard, if you're watching, not the best ult, but it is what it is. So right there, you shouldn't have faded because you still had some Lucio beat on you. And right there, Yellow's death was on her, not on you. Okay, good fade, but you should have faded forward, not backwards. Okay, so now you know there's a Genji Widowmaker behind you. Okay, good fade there. You should. I'll show you this later. I'll go into like training mode and show you this after the VoD. But
You seem in need of aid.
unfortunate that you kind of killed Bard, but you should. Right now you should be running at them. Maybe even, yeah. Okay, that was just bad mechanics right there, but she should be dead still. Okay. Okay, you should be ulting. You've had ult since first point. You would have had like 2 by now. Alright, don't ult now, obviously. Okay, everyone's full health, Mandy. There's a Genji to your left. You should be able to hear him. I don't know what that beat was, or what that fade was for. I don't know what that fade was for.
Allow me to repair the damage.
You heard him dash, Mandy. You should have heard him dash. It's fine though. Okay, you understand he's not there. I'm not gonna criticize you on that. I do that too. It's always, it feels bad though. Oh God.
There was a flaw in my approach. This will heal.
Okay, yeah. So you didn't ult once that game. So that's a big issue, right? You legitimately never ulted. Which, like, a Zarya in like a stomp of a game is fine, I guess. Like, or like Lucio in a stomp of a game. But like, even a bad coalescence, like not when you're like down 5 or up 5, but like even like a coalescence where it's like, oh, we're even, like we don't need a coalescence here, is fine because it's basically a DPS ult, right? I mean, that's how everybody uses it. And I know you think, I know I've like seen you comment where you want to heal more with it than damage more with it, but if you're not gonna ever use it, then you're not healing with it at all, you know. So sometimes it's just, you know, it's go time and damage. I know you never lost a fight, so it was never like, oh God, we're about to lose. But yeah, you're like damaging for using it for 2,000 damage is far better than using it for 0 healing. You feel me? Because you're using it for 0 healing and 0 damage if you never do it. But your positioning, except when you killed yourself, is usually pretty good. Just like exist behind your tank line as a warrior and heal far less often.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And normally, like, that was a pretty low damage game for you, which normally I would be criticizing because like you play more, you got a damage. But you would like the only times you did damage is when you were positioning like way too far out and like front running. So it's like you never really had the chance to damage. So really, healing tanks is Anna's job. If you're running Zen Anna, good kill. Yeah, you shouldn't be front running this hard. You should be like, see, you have no shield. Your shield broke. You should be behind the corner. Also, yeah, your orb should just always be on Anna, pretty much, or one of your flanking DPS, which you don't have. So yeah, as long as your DPS are staying in Anna's sightlines, your orb should just always be on Anna, because you don't ever want her to use a grenade just to heal herself. Like if somebody gets her with a random fire strike or a random Hanzo shot that isn't a headshot, like a random Hanzo body shot, you want to just automatically already be healing her. Yeah, right now your orb should be on Anna. Yeah, you're like if your Ana's dead, that changes and you put it on tanks. But if your Ana's alive, that's also kind of your Junk or Diva's job, is to be shooting at the Genji. You should be getting ult charge for when the Genji slash Junk gets ult, when the Genji or Hanzo gets ult. Fuck, soldier. Okay, I'm gonna stop here though because there's 5 enemy team members. But yeah, overall, if you're running Ana Zen, really the only good way to run that is if they're running flankers like Genji and the Genji can even look at you. Ana should be with you. You should be positioned next to your Ana at all times. And I'm just gonna show you an example, not to harp or anything, like I've been literally this entire time. But you should never be here, right? Oh, I guess your wrist is here. This is fine. Oh, I didn't even see the shield because it was fucked. But okay, so you're like half health. You're almost at your armor shield, and you're like still walking forward. You know what I mean? You should either be positioned. Okay, your thing's back up, cool. But Sigma can bounce around, so you're you should be positioned here because you can still shoot the Sigma. Or you should be positioned like where your Ana is, like around here. Especially being behind Torp turret would be really good. But yeah, you have no shield, and you weren't really backing up fast enough. And now you get orbed, or halted, excuse me. Which honestly shouldn't have halted you. It didn't look like it was gonna. Weird grenade, but he needed to heal himself, so that's fine. Yeah, which is why your orb shouldn't be on a full health Orisa. Or really an Orisa, period. It should be on your Ana, who's at like 175. Yeah, so this is pretty much always where you should be positioned. Okay. That's it, though. And now I'm going to show you the more thing I was going to practice range. It's just like a tech thing with her fade, which I don't think you ever did. Pretty much anyone with a movement ability has this, like mixed in their play.
Science will reveal the truth.
Okay, let me shit, I did it there, but that's not gonna be a good example. So starting from my fucking controller, dude. Okay, starting from right here, standing on the 0 meters, or Fade gets me. I didn't mean to do that, but right here, Fade gets me here. Fuck, I'm gonna do this in a better way. So I'm standing on 0 meters. That was a shit fade, but it gets me to like around here, and then fading like this gets me way over here, right? So basically, since you move faster when you're fading, right? You have more momentum. So if you jump before your fade ends, you'll carry that momentum out of fade. So like that. Like that one, I use the railing to kind of push me up a little bit, but you see how much more momentum I have when I'm in the air after a jump, because you have, since you're in fade and jumping, like your jump has the fade momentum, but it doesn't, like your momentum doesn't stop until you hit friction, which is like hitting the ground, right? So you should always be jumping out of fade right before fade ends. That one was a pretty shit one, but you know what I'm saying. It doesn't really work going up like stairs like this, right? Because, well, that one I kind of jumped after the stair ended, but you get what I'm saying. It doesn't really work going upstairs because you can't. Jumping just isn't as effective going upstairs. It worked with Brig too. Like, let me get it back. I don't know if I can actually make this jump like this. No, I can't. But basically, if you jump, if you jump before your shield bash ends, it's better than just like shielding and jumping, or dashing and jumping. And that works for literally every character, including Brig. It works for Mercy.
I'll be watching over you.
Like you see that extra. I'm sure you knew this about Mercy, but you didn't know it about Moira, I guess. So I'm just trying to show it to you for all the support characters it works on. And then like Baptiste, something you can do. Obviously, he doesn't have any movement abilities other than his like vertical one. But something you can do is like when you're up on high ground. So you can do this with all characters, but Baptiste is like the most obvious support character. But so I didn't really make any sound when I dropped down, whereas like clomp, you know. But if you drop down and hold X, much quieter clomp. And that's true with all characters. I'll just show it to you with Winston. Which is, I use it with Winston a lot when I'm like flanking. So like let's say, like King's Row, not King's Row, Eichenwald, I'm on defense, they just cap point 2. I'm on like the castle thing, above, like way above the 250. If I like drop down, I'm like, I can drop down like around here. Like, see how quiet that is? Whereas like that's so fucking loud. Like, good God, you know what I mean? So you can't do it off of the jump, but if you're like, you can't do it off of a movement ability, but if you just like, yeah, exactly, it's so quiet. So yeah, that's true with all characters. If you're on high ground and you're dropping down and you want people to heal you, just hold X. Yeah. And also, let me just show you Winston's extra leap distance. So just hold X. Oh shit, because I barely made it. But hold on. I'm sure you get the idea at this point, but just hold X. That extra, well, when I landed and kept going, yeah. That normally doesn't happen with Winston jump. Okay. That's it for now.